What's up everyone? Welcome back to another exciting video, Edge Gaming. And today we're taking a deep dive into Razer's most competitive console controller yet, the Raiju V3 Pro. This controller focuses on speed, precision, and competitive performance. So if you're into fighting games, shooters, or any genre of gaming where reaction time matters, this controller is built with you in mind. But here's the big question. Does the Raiju V3 Pro justify its premium price? Only time will tell. Let's break it all down. If you're new to the channel, like, share, and subscribe. It'll really help us grow. And now let's get straight into it. First impressions, this controller looks aggressive, premium, and purpose-built. It has a chunky but well-balanced shape, with textured grips that lock into your hands during intense sessions. At 258 grams, it's noticeably lighter than you'd expect for a Pro controller, and that's intentional. Less weight, faster reactions. For RGB gimmicks here, this is a tool, not a toy. Now let's talk about the features of this pad and what makes it stand out. First, TMR thumbsticks. These are tension magnetic resistance thumbsticks, and they're a big deal. Instead of the traditional thumbsticks or even the Hall effects thumbsticks, these ones have smoother motion, higher precision, and are significantly better when it comes to reducing stick drift. Now for competitive players, that's massive. Now you also have about 6 remappable buttons, 4 removable mouse click buttons behind, and 2 additional bumpers close to where the triggers are. Now that's 6 extra inputs, and they're all fully mappable. So whether you're mapping throws or drive impacts in fighting games, or jump, crouch in shooters, this gives you serious flexibility. It also has Pro Hyper triggers, and these triggers can switch between analog mode for racing or general play, and instant mouse click mode for shooters and fighting games. All you have to do is adjust the switch behind the controller. Now when it comes to the buttons, all the buttons on the pad are tactile buttons. They're all clicky, they're all fast, and the D-pad especially is an 8-way tactile D-pad. Gives you more tight, accurate inputs, especially for fighting games. The D-pad is clicky and it's very responsive, so you get immediate feedback when you're placing your inputs. The Raiju V3 Pro also comes with a serious slew of accessories. It has the Razer Hyperspeed Wireless 2.4 GHz dongle. It has a wired mode with a 2000 Hz polling rate on PC. It has swappable concave and convex thumbstick caps, and it has a solid carrying case, and even comes with a screwdriver for removing the back buttons if you don't need them. The controller switches from wireless to wired mode, and it can also switch from your PC to PS5 modes. So let's move to functionality and performance. How does it actually perform? In use, the Raiju V3 Pro feels extremely responsive. The thumbsticks are smooth but controlled, the buttons activate instantly, and the trigger click mode feels almost unfair in shooters. Well, let's focus on fighting games. The D-pad shines, the inputs are clean, the diagonals register properly, and the execution feels consistent. There's very little learning time. If this is a D-pad that you've never used before, it almost feels like second nature when you're using it. Latency-wise, whether wireless or wired, this controller feels sharp, and there's no noticeable input lag. The controller seems to get out of the way and allow your skills to shine. For setup and customization, we have 2 softwares that we can use to customize the controller. We have the Razer Synapse 4 on PC, and then we have the Razer controller app on console. There's also a mobile app on Android that you can use to adjust your controller. From there, you can remap all your 6 buttons, adjust the thumbstick sensitivity and dead zones, and save and load multiple profiles. The user interface is clean, responsive, and easy to navigate. And once your profiles are saved, you can switch setups on the fly without having to connect to a PC again. This indeed is true pro-level customization. So let's move to the pros and cons. For the pros, it has an exceptional thumbstick precision with TMR technology, outstanding D-pad and face buttons for competitive play, 6 remappable buttons, ultra-fast triggers with a click mode, long battery life of up to 36 hours, and then it's not too heavy for gameplay. For the cons, I'd say there's no haptic feedback or rumble. They focus mainly on performance, no adaptive triggers, and it cannot wake up your PS5 from sleep. Another con is the price point at $200. This is a bit of a consideration if you are going to buy it. So if you're looking for something more casual, perhaps this might not be for you. And another thing I'd say is I'm not sure if 6 additional buttons is necessary. Well, I wouldn't exactly call that a con. Yeah. So what's the verdict? The Razer Raiju V3 Pro isn't trying to be the alternative to the DualSense. It is, however, a competitive weapon. If you play fighting games, FPS titles, or any game where speed and precision and consistency matter more than immersion, this controller gives you a big win. It sacrifices features like haptics in favor of pure performance for competitive players, and the trade-off makes sense. So that's the full breakdown of the Razer Raiju V3 Pro. If you're a competitive console player looking for every possible edge, you might want to consider this controller. If you enjoyed the review, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment. Let me know your thoughts on the Razer Raiju V3 Pro. Have you used it? Or if there's something you feel I got wrong, you can also raise it in the comments and let's engage. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.